So, coach, are you happy with what you saw on Saturday, the performance of the players?
Yes, I am. I am satisfied. I think it's a continuation of what we have started with our game against Zimbabwe. Especially with our strikers. They've been having a drought in terms of goal scoring, but now in 2 successive games they've been scoring, which is quite good, and we are quite happy for them.
Why do you think you all got it right?
Actually, in this second half, because first half the game was quite tight. Motlalepula were playing quite well, closing spaces which we had targeted. But in the second half, I think they lost concentration, and we were actually anticipating that would happen in the second half. So they opened up, and we were able to take the opportunity, punish them on those areas that we had targeted.
Okay. And looking at our history against Motlalepula, we don't have a good record. Going into the game, what was the plan? How did you prepare for the game?
There were a few things. They are a good team in terms of playing. They have their own style of playing. High balls, and as you are aware, we conceded a goal through a cross high ball again. But really, the idea was just to see to it that we close the source, whereby we start launching those high balls, and that's the area in terms of defending. But offensively, it was more of playing those areas that they would leave when coming onto us. We using our wing play, and also going forward in the central positions, and it did work well. And the most important thing again was keeping the shape, keeping our shape, because they also have guys who can run quite fast. So I think everything fell into place.
Okay. And crossing over to you, Chabeli, how do you think you performed? Was there anything that you wish you did different?
Yeah. What I can say is that if you work hard, you will get the result. That's what I can say.
What did you learn from the game?
I can't say much, but what I learned is that as a striker, you have to be always ready. You have to be ready all the time.
Okay. Like coach has said, the striking department, we have been having a problem of goal scoring in the past games, and for the past 2 games, you scored. How was the pressure there on you?
I think it's coming easy, because when you score, you get confidence.
Coach, looking at the games that we have played, we have been conceding goals through high balls, like you said. Even on weekend game, we conceded another goal through a header. What are you planning, maybe to see that we don't concede goals through high balls?
Yeah, it's something that we're working on. Our defense communicating, picking up people early, identifying players that are quite dangerous. So I think we as a team that have just cooked together with me, I think I can say I'm satisfied with the way things are, because if you look at our game against Motlalepula in the first round, all the goals were crosses, and it's something that we've been dealing with. And I think this is only the second goal we conceded after the LCS goal, So I can say there's an improvement going forward.
Maybe to add up on that, Coach, I know that you have addressed it, but what do you anticipate to be the biggest challenge in our game?
In terms of
goals that we concede, in terms of how we play. I know we've been conceding a lot of set pieces, or if I might say.
Yeah. No, I think it's a matter of identifying dangerous situations, and communicating well, switching on every time, because at times you find they are a few seconds late, and it's something that we really need to, address.
And Chabeli, how do you plan to improve on your game, and which areas do you feel you need to work hard on them?
The things that I have to work hard.
Yeah, areas that you feel that are your weaknesses.
I have to work hard, taking opportunities so that I can score more.
Coach, we saw Kamohelo coming in on the middle field, and Motlalepula coming in for Mopedi Ramatsoso. Are you going to see them in the next game?
It will depend on the match that will be played, because every match has its own merits. It has its own ways of playing. So we're still gonna sit down and see, in terms of going forward, which players we need. But at the same time, on top of that, I think they played well. They played according to the instructions that they were given, and we were quite satisfied with their performance.
We saw the team creating many scoring opportunities. What is it that you are doing differently that we create or score more goals than before?
It's more on, each session we always have finishing, because I think it's not only having been a problem with our team, it's a problem that we're having all over in our region, in our country. So the only best way is to have your players in every session having not shooting as such, but finishing, target shooting and stuff, and also working on how to create, opportunities for the strikers, not only strikers at the same time, and the midfielders, because as you see, Rapid also was on the score sheet, so it shows that each and every offensive player is being involved, and they are taking the responsibility to see to it that they score as many goals as they can.
And maybe going forward, looking at our next game, we play in Dinard, and it's not going to be an easy game. How are you guys preparing for Dinard?
No, as usual, like any other game, because there is no team that we say it's bigger or lesser. We give them the same respect. We prepare the same. I think the only thing that we always encourage is motivation, focus, and they should enjoy the sessions and take whatever that they've done during the week into the game.
And one would say we were dealt with a blow when we got injured, but since then we saw Masuale filling up the position. Are we likely to see him more often on that position even if Robbie has recovered?
It will depend on the position. It will depend on the performance of each player and both players that you're talking about. But the good thing is that Chris here, when we made the decision of signing Masuale, we were looking at somebody who is a utility player, utility player experience, and he has really brought that wealth of experience into our side.
Chris, your team seems to be motivated. What are you doing as the management to motivate the team?
I don't know what I've done. I don't know if I've done much.
As management, not the coach, not the players. I think the management are doing something.
Yeah, no, I mean, our job is obviously to make sure on the technical side, that's the coaching staff and the players, we're giving them as much support as possible to be able to do the job that we need them to do. It's not easy to always be able to do everything that they want, but we do everything we can in our means to do that, and hopefully we're creating an environment here that the players want to play in and the coaches want to coach in, and make it a good club to play for and a good club to work with. So, I mean, that really, as management, that's the best that we can do, and give as much support as we can and create that environment, and and hopefully that helps contribute to the results we're seeing now. But at the end of the day, I think the good results come from the excellent work that the technical team are doing and the hard work of the players.
Coach, if I remember well, the mandate of the team was that you qualify for top 8. But looking at the chances that the team has, we have chances of qualifying for top 4. Are you still looking for top 8, or you're now looking for top 4?
Top 8, it's we don't wanna over, what's the right word? Top 8, I think it's good for us, but anything above that would be a bonus. Yeah. We're just taking each game as it comes, then whatever that comes, yes, looking at maximum points. Then whatever that comes, we'll just take it on the stride.
All right. And maybe to add up on that, Chabeli, it looks like it's now a short journey to the top 4 with the performance that you guys are carrying. Can we say it's a motivation amongst you guys that maybe you can push up to the top 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Chabeli, you and Tabiso Brown are part of the national team that has been called. Do you think your good performance that you are showing at the moment is because of the pressure that you have, that you are playing for the national team?
I think me and Brown, it's like we are twins, Every time before we play, we talk. Then say that we have to take chances all the time so that we can score. I think it's that.
Can we expect more goals from you and Brown in the coming games?
Yeah, sure.
And maybe if you could just tell us about the moment you had to retake the penalty.
Okay, the first time, and I have to do it twice. So.
Was there any pressure on you that maybe you might miss it?
Yeah, because penalty, we can score it or lose it. But before you go there, you have to be brave. Yeah.
And coach, I saw that you were not happy with the referee deciding for a retake of the penalty.
Yeah, I think it was because of the interpretations of laws of the game. His other assistant referee, head assistant referee, was saying the keeper had moved before. So normally it's if the keeper moves before and he saves, then it can be retaken. But if the keeper had moved, but then the scorer, the penalty taker scored, it's a goal. So I thought, my thinking was like, I think the referee was misinterpreting the laws of the game. But anyway, I spoke to her after the match and all was sorted.
She gave us 2 penalties, so we probably shouldn't complain.
And Chabeli, just a random question, if I may say. Do you enjoy, or why do you enjoy playing most, away or at home, and why?
Home
Why?
advantage, home ground advantage.
And are you happy with how you've been performing at home?
Yeah, I'm happy.
I mean, when you're playing at home, it means the pressure is on you guys. You got live support base. That means you have to satisfy your fans and the nature of the ground. But I realize that we're no longer using our pitch here, but still it's a home game. We have to win. What does it say to you guys?
You have to work hard.
Coach, we saw the team not training yesterday. Did that affect your plans for the week, or you're still on tune?
We are on tune, my brother. We did not train because of the weather. There was too much lightning. So for the safety of everyone, we decided that we should not train. And we took advantage of that. We had a team meeting, which went very, very well. I think to me it was part of the daily training session, because at times, you still need to sit down and discuss everything as a team going forward.
So this weekend we are playing a Dinari, and they are a little bit struggling, but they now have one of the experienced coaches in Lesotho, Dateshal. What can we expect from the team?
I'm expecting a tough encounter, but at the same time, really, I think playing at home, we have to take the maximum points. There's a lot at stake at the present moment, so we just want to see to it that we secure those 3 points.
Chabeli, as a striker, not putting you under pressure, how many goals can we expect from you by the end of the season? At the moment you have 3, so how many can we expect from you?
More.
Yeah, how many?
I can explain it. I can mention it. But more.
Okay.
And where do you, in the field, where do you enjoy playing most? On the wing, as a second striker?
Second striker.
Why?
There, always you have the chance to score. I like to score. Yeah.
And coach, after a very long time, this past weekend, we didn't receive any bookable offense. We didn't get a yellow card. Can we say that is a bonus to you?
Yes, it is a bonus. We are looking at the stats. We are not on a very good we're not looking good, you know, in terms of some of our players with their cushions. So having played this last match against Motlalepula and not having any yellow cards, I think it's encouraging, especially because we have sat down with the players and discussed, you know, in a game, yes, there would be yellow cards for football, and there are others that you find they are necessary. So I think they did well, you know, and at the same time, I think we also need to give credit to the referee, not because there were no yellow cards, but the way she had conducted the game, you know, because few matches that we have had, it's been a problem, you know, in terms of making decisions, you know, but it's not our area, but we just want to give the referee, she was quite partial, you know, for the opposition and for us.
Okay, and in the second half, 10 minutes in the second half, we saw you making a substitute, bringing so in place of Motlalepula Chabeli. Was it because you wanted to reinforce your midfield, or was it because maybe Kotel has not been playing for a long time, if I may say, and then you realized that he couldn't carry on to the 19?
I think you should be a coach. You are spot on. You know, Kotel has been doing well during training, you know, and we thought that he deserved to be in the team in the starting lineup, and he did well. You know, we are very, very satisfied with his performance. But then, because of match fitness, you could see that he couldn't carry for the later stages of the game. So that's when we brought him out and bring him to this.
And with your strikers looking like they are now getting their feet, they are scoring, can you say it's a relief to you that maybe you have a bright, I'm going to say a wide range of options on who to start and who you can bring as an impact player?
Yeah, it's something that we appreciate, especially with the likes of Chabeli and Brown, because, you know, they are torn between, you know, for them as strikers, they are measured by scoring. At the same time, they represent the national team, and the national coach would like to see them scoring. So their good performance, we cherish it. You know, we cherish that because it makes life easier for them. You know, so we had seen a few weeks before, you know, in terms of their performance in training, that the day would come when the goals would come. It was just a matter of being patient and for them being calm in front of goals and not pressurizing themselves, you know, and now it looks like now they are on the road.
And still on Chabeli and Brown. Chabeli, when you play, most of the teams are focusing more on Brown. You know, we see at least 2 or 3 men on Brown. Does that make your work easier, that maybe you're coming in as a free player, or you're getting a free role?
No, I won't.
Okay, let me rephrase it. Most of the time when you play, Brown will be marked by 2 or 3 players. Does that mean, or does it make your work easier, that when they are focusing more on Brown, then you keep on scoring?
I think there will be the space that I have to use all the time. If they mark him, there is a space behind, meaning I have to see that he leaves the space for me. Then I have to go there.
Coach, since you got here, if I'm not wrong, You have played 6 games. You have won 3, lost 2, and drew 1. Are you happy with your record? Is that what you planned when you got here?
1-4, isn't it? We won 4 games.
Is it 4?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 4. I don't remember well.
Yeah, no, we you know, I think every coach would always appreciate or be satisfied when his team wins. So, with the plan that we have made with the management, like we're playing in batches of 5. You know, the last 5 was a match against Motlalepula. So we've won 3.
Yes, 1-3,
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, we lost 2. So now we're starting a new page. 15 points at stake. Then we see how much points can we accumulate from there. So presently, everyone is satisfied. The management, myself, we're happy with the way things are going, especially because the team has only 2 years in the Premier. This is their 2nd year in the Premier League. So there's a lot, to be acquainted to, and the players, as you see, the age-wise, So the way things are going, we're quite satisfied.
And I don't know if you will be able to answer this one, but are we likely to see you next season? Because I know that on the terms of the agreement when you came here was that maybe you will finish up to the last games this season. Are we likely to see you next season?
Hopefully, yes, because I'm happy with the way things are going, especially the players, the way they've been. I think they have made me happy.
Okay, and Chris, how does it feel to work with the coach of the caliber that our coach is holding?
It's a real privilege to be working with Leslie. Everyone obviously knows his record, his success he's had with the national team, and experience working in South Africa as well as with top teams in the Lesotho. I think I said on the day of the press conference when we brought Leslie here, I said that if we were ever in a situation where we needed to bring a new coach in, if we ever lost if it ever became a vacant role, that Leslie was always at the top of my list. Can't say I was ever confident. I was never sure whether he would come back and work in the Lesotho. I thought I was being a bit ambitious, but he was always my first and top of that list. And obviously not disappointed at all with how it's turned out. He brings a totally new level of professionalism in everything we do. I can't imagine there's another coach out there in this country that does things as professionally as Leslie does, both on the pitch and off the pitch. And the difference he makes when you go and watch his sessions. So I know how lucky we are to have him here. You ask him if he's going to stay, and we've got a plan to lock him in the office if he tries to leave. So hopefully he won't be going anywhere. But yeah, no, obviously it's great for a club like us, only our 2nd year in the Premier League, to be able to bring someone like Leslie here and have him here, and you can see with his results already what difference he's made, and hopefully we can go forward long term, and he'll stick around to be able to help us achieve more and have more success.
And Chabeli, maybe if you go back to the previous game, we went into the interval 1-1 down. What did the coach say to you guys during the half time? Because in the second half we came back a different team, more pressure on the opponents, playing pressure football.
He said that you have to switch on. Just be on the game, give pressure to them, create chances. That's how we are going to get the goals.
And you're enjoying your combination with Brown. looks like it's working now. Okay, I don't know if we'll take questions from the